Hey everyone, Helena here with your shiny shop of the day. You know, the push, the prod, the nudge, the move in the right direction. And I'm having a small experiment even. What would create more is my question for you today. What would create more for you, for others, for your life, for your living, for your beingness? It's a brilliant question to wake up to, or to remember halfway through the day. What would create more? Part of my experiment, by the way, is that I'm also going live inside my group, I think, which is kind of fun. I've just discovered another little kind of playful thing that I can do that with. So that was part of my what would create more this morning, was I wonder what that button does. And to allow yourself to be in that experimental state or experience of curiosity. What would that create? So what would create more? Because rather than limiting it and going, what I want is more of this, and so I will do more, that's obviously a very valid thing. But what if you pulled it back and actually went meta on it, and today, what would create more? What in my world would allow me to be a contribution, to explore, to experiment, to allow, to create in some way? Because what would create more allows you to tap into the push that you might need, or the pull that you might need. It might just be maybe you've been inside your head, and it allows you to go outside of yourself and actually get motivated or inspired by something that you could do for others, for example. My version of that is the Vision Board workshop tomorrow. I'm doing in a venue that I'm not used to doing it in, and they do a day delegate rate, which I wasn't kind of anticipating. So in my generosity, in my what would create more, here was my thinking. Actually, I am going to be generous and provide people with the lunch, because it just seems too complicated to actually make them pay half or do this, do that, because that's what I was anticipating, because I was told one price and it's now something different. So I had an expectation that's actually come clear. So I said, well, what would create more? So what I'm actually going to do instead is I'm just going to be generous and take, sort of like just provide lunch for everybody. But in the course of that, I'm going to go, what would create more? So I'm actually going to do a donation bowl that we can give to Crisis, and that would create more. So more for me, more for others, more through me, that actually kind of comes alive, and that gives people an option to do more, be more, and have more as a result of what we're actually doing. So that's kind of where that question comes into play. You can do a what would create more, and simply allow yourself to be present to whatever inspiration strikes you. So that is my question for you today. What would create more? So allow yourself, from a space of creativity, curiosity, and simple joy and love, to ask yourself the question, what would create more? And actually, as I just said that, the thought that popped in was this. If you have a stuckness, if you have a little grinchy kind of moment, if you're having sort of one of those days where there's a tightness or a frustration somewhere around it, hey Kat, then what would create more is also a brilliant question, because it sort of opens you up a little bit. Because when we're in tightness and constriction, we can actually go into and that constricts our thinking. It stops us actually being more open and flexible to what may happen. So what would create more for you today? What would create more for everyone around you today? What would create more for the world today? You can do this at all sorts of levels, and that is my shiny shelf for you, the invitation to allow your day to be a little bit brighter and better. So I will catch you. Will I catch you tomorrow? I will catch you tomorrow, because tomorrow is Friday and these are weekday ones. So and I might even do it from the Vision Board workshop room. So I'll see you then. Have a brilliant, wonderful, beautiful day and be you beautifully. Thank you for the love. Oh my gosh, whoever you are, I'm sure that's you, Kat.